to be here. I am. Cleveland is such a beautiful city. You guys are a lot cooler than New York. If you guys haven't been paying attention to the news, we are having a heat wave. Yeah, it's really fucking bad. And I came here on the last day of the heat wave, and it was like the weather. It was like scratch all the plans you had weather. Like, you know, like yesterday I woke up with full intentions of turning my life around. And then I walked outside. And, I said, nope. I'll just have to learn to read another day. That's just gonna have to wait. It's too hot for that shit. Don't want to do nothing. I'm happy to be here though. I'm wrong for blaming my laziness on the weather. It's not the weather. I'm just lazy. I'm a lazy person. And it's not my fault though. Okay? I've been lazy since before I was born. Yeah. I spent an extra 3 weeks inside my mom after her due date. Yeah. This is true. And when she told me that story, I knew she wasn't lying. Because I wish I was in that bitch right now. Life is overrated. I don't know why am I here? You know? We should all be in our mom's vaginas. We got the shit end of the deal. You don't have to walk around, you know, no paying rent. And if she sits spread eagle, you can still watch Dancing with the Stars. So, won't be missing a beat. I don't know, man. I am a lazy person though. I'm too lazy to date. I don't date. I'm very single. But I like being single though. I like it. I mean, look at me. Hello. But I've been single for too long. And I wouldn't recommend it, okay? Like, ladies, if you're gonna try to find yourself, find her within a year. Deal? Because after a year, she is lost. She is lost long gone, and you could never find her again. Okay? I speak from experience because when you're single for too long, you begin to find out what you really like. And, that can be scary. That can be scary when you're not ready. And it caught me off guard. I'll tell you the story. The other day I was watching the remake of the Planet of the Apes, the movie. And I got a little turned on. I just got a little, no, shut up. Let me tell you before you judge. If you guys never seen the movie, this is what it's about, okay? It's about this chimp who's born with extraordinary powers. He's very gifted, but his mom dies, so he gets adopted by white parents, James Franco. And he grows up in this really nice, affluent neighborhood. But then something happens in the neighborhood and he gets in trouble and he gets thrown into chimp jail. But in chimp jail, he becomes the alpha chimp and he teaches all the other chimps how to read and sign language. And then he kills the chimp guard and he breaks all the other chimps out of jail. I was like, oh shit! Is this an animal or a rapper? Chimp was a thug. I'm in love. So long story short, I'm banned from every zoo in the tri-state area. That's not right. They're just trying to keep me from my man. I know I'm gonna when I see one. Man. I am single, and it's funny because I'm surrounded by people in relationships. I have a lot of girlfriends, and all of them are in relationships. And it's funny because they're in like new relationships. And ladies, we all know when our friend is dating someone ugly, okay? Because she will explain a picture of him before she shows that picture. We're all seeing some ugly motherfuckers. She'll say a whole bunch of nice things about this guy, and you're like, oh my God, he sounds amazing. Do you have a picture? She'll be like, okay. Yeah, but okay. All right, okay, but just know that this one, he just came from the gym, right? And he couldn't get a haircut that day, so just picture him with a haircut, all right? And then she shows you a picture of a cyclops. I know! That is not the reasons why why he's ugly. Liar. Sweat beads doesn't make ugliness. That's unnecessary. Explain why he's 30 and missing front teeth. Explain that. Where'd you find this monster from? MongoSmeet.com? I'm going to avoid that site. That's what I don't know, man. And it's true. All my friends are in relationships, and they always come to me for relationship advice. And I'm not sure why, but I'm guessing it's because I'm very supportive of their independence, because I like being single. So whenever my friends come to me with a problem between them and their partner, my first suggestion is to just break up. Plan A, end the relationship. What are you doing? It don't even have to be a bad problem. She could come to me and be like, I like to watch Law and Order, but he only watches CSI. I'll be like, no, get rid of him. Girl, you don't need that kind of negativity in your life right now, girl. You are strong, you are beautiful, you are smart, girl. You got what, 2 degrees? 2 degrees? He ain't on your level. He ain't on that Mariska Hargitay level. Gotta kick him to the curb. I don't know. I think I give bad advice because I was given bad advice. Like, my parents were, they were both religious and immigrants. And that's a bad combination for when you're raising kids, okay? Because I never got the sex talk from my parents. I had to figure out everything by myself. And because it was religious, I couldn't even ask my parents anything remotely sexual. Like, I would go to my mom and be like, hey mom, where does babies come from? And she'd say, oh, don't worry about that. God gives you babies. I prayed for all of you and I got pregnant. That's a strange thing to tell to a growing kid, all right? Because when I was little, I thought God was a baby granny genie. Like, that's all I thought. That's all I thought of him. My mom would always say, hey, don't forget to say your prayers at night. Make sure you say your prayers. I'm like, bitch, I don't want kids. I'm 8 years old. I don't need this kind of pressure. Matter of fact, you pray. There's a lot of dishes in the sink. I could use some extra hands. Get on the knees. I was a very disrespectful child. I don't know. And that's a true story. So, like, growing up, I grew up with a very weird perception of God. Like, I don't necessarily believe in a God, but I do think if there was God, God is either a woman or a gay man. I think God has to be either a woman or a gay man. Because, like how else could you explain snowflakes? And that's really feminine. I think if man had to, like, make the world, I don't think he had time for arts and crafts. I think that's a girl shit. Like, you know, like, think about it. No 2 snowflakes are alike. Every snowflake is unique in its own way. What type of gay shit is that? That's just, it's pretty gay, God. I don't know. Got some secrets behind the pearly gates. I don't know. No, I grew up Christian. I grew up very religious, and I'm not Christian anymore. I don't follow any religion, but I want to. And the more I look into all of them, the more I realize I can't follow not one religion. Because there's too many restrictions. In every religion, there's something you can't do, places you can't go, things you can't eat, which sucks, you know, because I would like to be more spiritual, but I also want to be able to eat, drink, or do whatever I want, you know? Whether it's beer, pork, pussy. No, I'm not saying I'm gonna go get pussy. I'm saying if pussy were to cross my path, it shouldn't be restricted. I mean, I heard pussy's delicious. That shit has some great reviews on Grubhub. Like 4.6 stars. You gotta try it once. Good rating. See, you can't deny it. Oh man, I don't have any kids because I don't pray. But I don't have kids, and all my friends have kids too. And like I love all their kids, and I know I'm gonna get kids eventually, but it's not. Get kids, really? Like they're a disease. You better wash your hands. You don't want to get kids. Make sure you use hand sanitizer. It's kid season. No, I don't know. I feel like it's a whole to-do to have kids now. Like even like simple things like naming your kids. It's like a whole thing. People are having baby naming parties. You guys ever been to one of those? Listen, if you guys ever get invited to one of those, just go to it and put shitty suggestions in the box. Just put cauliflower. Name your child cauliflower. Because what the fuck? Why are we here? Why are we here? Like my friends are giving their kids 2 or 3 middle names. That's crazy. I don't even have a middle name, and my first name is spelled incorrectly. My parents put no effort in creating my identity, just none. I'm the 3rd child. I'm pretty sure my parents' first choice was naming me baby number 3, and they couldn't get away with it. So, I don't know, like really. Do you know that there's couples that don't name their kids at the hospital? They'll like wait a couple days to feel like what the baby's name should be. Mm-hmm. Like, really? What a very vegan thing to do. Because if you're gonna do that, just name it baby. Because that's what it's gonna act like, you know? And if you don't like baby, you could choose from sleep, shit, spit up and cry. Because that's what it's gonna do. Like, you know, it's not gonna act like a Brian or a Steve. It's gonna act like a baby. I know a couple that did that, and then they ended up naming the baby Richard. So I'm guessing the first couple of days that kid was a dick. What, do you know him? Do you know the baby, really? Relax. Dick is fine. He's fine. He's doing well. No, that's why I wish I was Spanish, or I have kids with a Spanish man. Because I think the Spanish language is so beautiful, you can name your kids anything and get away with it. Like, because I have this friend who I thought his name was magnificent. His name is Domingo Mercado. I was like, oh my God, Domingo, that is such a beautiful name. No, that translates in English to Sunday market. That's not a name. What are you doing, Sunday? Get your shit together. That's not real. I don't know. Bringing kids in this world, man, I couldn't do it. You guys suffered tragedy last week. The Republican, the RNC was here, full body. I am sorry about that, Ohio. I wish I was here to get you through the pain, but blame the producers. I wish I was here with you guys, but I don't know. I really honestly can't believe Donald Trump is still the front runner. I can't fucking believe it. I thought that Jeb Bush would have been you guys know who Jeb Bush is, right? Daddy Bush, brother of Dummy Bush. The trifecta. And I don't know, I would have never voted for Jeb Bush. And it has nothing to do with his policies. I still don't know what they were. It had nothing to do with his family history. I just, in good conscience, couldn't vote for anyone named Jeb Bush. Like, really? Jeb? That's disgusting. Jeb, what the fuck is that? Like, people was like, oh no, it stands for Jebediah, or it's his initials, John Ellis Bush. Which would mean that he went by John Ellis Bush. Like, really? That's a lot of bush in your face. That's an overwhelming amount of bush. I don't. No, when I first saw Jeb, I thought Jeb stood for jabroni. And there is no way we could risk having a President Jabroni Bush. That's what I call my vagina. So that would just be a very awkward 4 years, you know? nominee as well. That shit was crazy. He had such a huge following, and it didn't happen. But listen, I liked Bernie, and I agreed with everything he agreed with. But I think if Bernie Sanders became president, everyone would quit their job and become a comedian. And I'm just not ready for that. Really, when you think about it, it's $15 an hour, free school, free healthcare. Like, no, I gotta talk about this shit. I need to quit my job. And I worked hard for these spots. I sucked plenty dicks. So, get on my level. Don't encourage that. Nah, speaking of jobs, I have this friend who complains about her job all the time. Well, she complains that they don't pay her enough. She wants a raise, And at first, I was all on board to her getting a raise. Because shit, we can all use a raise. It's hard out here for a pimp. But I was all on board until I found out where she works, okay? Guys, she works at Marshall's. Yeah, that Marshall's. Listen, I went into Marshall's the other day, and I think she deserves a pay cut. I think everyone at Marshall's gets paid way too much. Working at Marshall's should be community service. That's how shitty that story is. People should be able to do hard time at Marshall's. Because really, everyone has the same shitty Marshall's experience. Everyone leaves that store and be like, you know what, you find some nice things, but you really need patience to shop through that store. You really need patience. And that's crazy, because if people are leaving your store feeling like they need to pop a Xanax, chances are you're not doing your job, okay? Because really, what do they even hire Marshall's employees to do? Fuck the store up? Is that your job, store fucker-upper? Is that what you do? What do you even go to a Marshall's employee for? You can't go up to them with anything and be like, hey, do you have any more of this in the back? They'll be like, no, the whole store is the back. This is nothing. This is just one of everything. I don't know how to even call that store one of everything. Guys, the only difference between Marshall's and a thrift shop is commercials. That's why they're thriving. Advertisement. Who knew? Who fucking knew? Man. I don't know. I'm actually very proud of myself recently. I finally graduated from college. Woo! 7 years of college, guys. 7 years of school. And I finally got my associate's degree from Suffolk Community. That's right. Took me 7 years to do 2.5 years worth of work. I'm not bragging. But now, you know what? I actually like school this time around, now that I was a bit older. The only thing that sucked about being a little bit older and still in community college was the professors were like your age. That was weird because some of them were very hot. I had this one professor, oh boy, he was so good looking. It was so good looking, it was hard to concentrate in his class, But, I did. I ended up getting an A in his class. Yeah. But I would have been happier if he gave me the D. I'll just work harder next time. At first you don't succeed. I had one professor who didn't even want me to call him professor. Every time I would call him that, he'd be like, no, V, please, call me Kevin. I'm like, dude, I'm a whore. I need boundaries. Professor gets respect. Kevin might lose his pension. That is fair warning. Cleveland, you guys been amazing. I am Lince. Thank you.